Hello, I'm Dr. Ruth Cherry, and I write books for transformation. We've had decades to run our will, and we've seen the results. It's been fine, or it hasn't, but now it's time to move on. We sense deeper rumblings, and we want to give them their due. We choose not to do 30 more years the way we've done the last 30, because now there's something more. We may not be able to define what that is, but in our souls we know that this, whatever form this has taken, can't be it. We long for a greater meaning, and it's with more than hope that we count on it. We listen to our intuitive glimpses acutely, and though we may not be able to rationalize them, we know we must follow them. If we don't, we've pulled the curtain on our own life, and suddenly that becomes the greatest crime there is, to curtail our individuality ourselves. We're willing to embrace a vulnerability which heretofore has scared us. Now it seems okay to announce to the world that we don't know exactly what we want, and we don't know who we're becoming, and we don't know what we're doing. Committing to the process of living our lives momentarily with presence and passion is all that's really important. Particular outcomes are irrelevant now. They were all-consuming in the first half of our lives, when we could tolerate extended education and entry-level jobs for what we saw could be someday in the future. Well, now that far-off day is here. We've paid our dues. Maybe we've arrived, but whether or not we've been rewarded for our efforts, we're not satisfied, and we can't convince ourselves that setting another goal and embarking on another project will assuage our restlessness. We've done that over and over and over again, so why do it one more time? Suddenly we can't spare the energy or the days which seem to be dwindling increasingly rapidly. Deep in our souls we know there's more, but what is it? Our minds can't answer that question, so we move out of our minds. We realize that living from our centers is essential, that we're not truly alive if we don't, and we're not alive if we know the last step before we take the first. We yearn for an adventure of a sort that we've never taken, an adventure of our spirit, and that demands complete surrender and trust. That surrender, when it finally happens, is freeing in a way we've not experienced. The joy is intoxicating as we realize that there aren't any more shoulds and that any limits are self-imposed, or more specifically, mind-imposed. We've moved to a deeper level where thinking restricts our aliveness, and we cannot tolerate anything that artificially limits the spirit inside us. We align with our life spirit, and by committing to follow it, we surrender, and we are completely ready and able to do so. We find expressions for our creativity. We live from our souls. Our compassion flows from someplace deeper within ourselves than we have lived for most of our lives. The aliveness we feel when we surrender compels us to surrender again the next day and the next and the next. By surrendering, we acknowledge that our partnership with life responds to our longing for something more, something deeper, something lasting. This union feels like a reunion, like we have come back, not only to a part of ourselves, but to a home we have forgotten. In our hearts we say, it's good to be home. My books for transformation are Living in the Flow, Practicing Vibrational Alignment, Accepting Unconditional Love, Open Your Heart, and Transformation Workbook. I'd like to give you a PDF of Living in the Flow, Practicing Vibrational Alignment, so if you go to my website, meditationintro.com, and leave your contact information, I'll send it to you. All I ask in return is that you send me your thoughts, your comments, your reactions after you've read the book. Thank you.